2, 1, begin.
Good morning, everyone. This is our first team of the day, 27183V, the RipBotz Fan Club out of Ripley High School. They are starting off with their first driving run. And it looks like they score into those first front 2 goals. Going for that back middle, and they make it. Breaking up a bunch of those Blue Alliance lines. Skills runs are not only about scoring, but also de-scoring the blue balls. So anything de-scored is also more bonus points for them. Getting the middle goal smoothly, one of the most difficult goals, and making that corner goal. Able to cycle out the blue balls, scoring and de-scoring in quick cycles.
Two, 1, go.
Coming in with their second driver's run. Scoring in that first goal and then getting into the second one. And then making their first line. 45 seconds on the clock. Going for that back right corner and making it. RipBotz Fan Club has a super fast cycle time, so they're able to score and de-score very quickly. Oop, just bounces out. They've got 20 seconds though, so let's see if they try and make up for it. And it rolls right out. They have 3 skills runs, so if one doesn't go exactly how they want, they can always go for another one, since we take their highest score. 5 seconds left. And they make the last one.
2, 1, go. Two, 3, 2, 1, go.
Sorry about that earlier, folks. Getting something worked out on my end, but RipBotz getting a high driver score of 111. Now they're starting on their first programming match, making it into the first 2 goals. Of course, they have 3 attempts, so if anything goes wonky, if anything goes out of line, maybe they've got 2 more attempts. Looks like a pretty solid run so far. Making it into the 4th goal now.
Hold on. Run to the center. This is it. No run. There's no fun ending at the end.
Going for that back right corner. And they end the run early.
Trey. 2, 1, go.
Going straight into their second programming run. Had a bit of a hiccup earlier, so they ended early. Making it into the second goal. They have 5 minutes left in their time block, so if they want to, they can also do some practice runs before starting their next and final programming run.
Not bad.
Going in for that back middle. Looks like it spits out just a little bit early.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it after this. I'm gonna do one more test run and we'll. Yeah, you're gonna stop. Yeah, we're gonna stop.
And it looks like they're stopping early.
2, 1, go.
Going in for their final programming run. Make it into that first goal and going for the middle, and they make it. And they make it into the third. Going for that back middle. And just barely rolls out. This is where we had a bit of a hiccup in our first run, so hopefully we run through this back right corner.
Where's the outtake go?
And it looks like it stopped again. They're stopping their run early.
2, 1, go.
We are back with Team 63665B, Rams 2 from West Nottingham Academy. They're tuning in from Maryland, so just over the border from us folks in West Virginia. This is their first driver's run. 40-second on the clock. They're going around and picking up some of the red balls and scoring in the back middle. The first one rolls out, but they make it with the second. 25 seconds on the clock. Going for that back middle again, scoring 2 balls into the back middle goal. Looking to claim that back right one as theirs as well. And it's just not wanting to go in. 7 seconds on the clock. They might be able to wiggle it in the last second. They try a little bit too fast and it rolls out, and that is time.
3, 2, 1, go!
Rams 2 going in for their second driving match. Looks like their red ball may have rolled off, trying to pick that up again. Pulling that in. And looking to score in that middle right goal, and they do. Adding a second red ball. And then going for another pickup. They have a nice long hopper so they can hold multiple balls at once, going in for that back corner goal. Using that second ball to nudge it in, and it works. And they take that front middle goal. One second on the clock, and that's time.
2, 1, go!
Rams 2 working on their last driver skills run. Readjusting focus from that back right corner goal. Ball falls out, but they're able to pick up however many more that they need. Going back to that corner goal. And looks like the ball might need a little extra nudge, but they've got a second one in there to push it on in. They get that back right corner goal. Sweeping in a few more, 30 seconds on the clock. And going for that middle right goal. And they claim it as theirs, and then adding one more. Just doesn't want to come out, so they go in.
3, 2, 1, go.
We have 27183R RipBotz, not to be mistaken for their fan club, who is here at 9:40. From Ripley High School out of Ripley, West Virginia. They go in for that middle left and back left, and they make both back middle as well. I believe this is their first programming run. They make the back right. 23 seconds on the clock. And that is 5 goals in their favor. Soon to be 6. It is not only important to score, but also de-score in these skills runs. So every single goal they claim as theirs helps to de-score the blue lines. 2 seconds on the clock, and that is time.
3, 2, 1, go.
RipBotz back with their second autonomous run. Make it into that first goal this time. Going into the middle left, and they make it. And they make their first line across the left side. Solid run so far. They make the back middle. Claiming that back wall ball as theirs, and they make the corner. That is 5 goals in their favor now. The right center one. And now the back right corner. And that is 3 lines in their favor. And 7 of the 9 goals. Oh, just nudge that red ball out of their way. And it looks like they are going for the center, which just rolls out. And that is time.
3, 2, 1, go.
RipBotz going for their final autonomous run, hoping for a perfect run this time and getting all 9 goals. Succeeding with the first 3, 15 seconds in. Going for this back right red. And that's their 5th goal. 27 seconds left. They're over halfway there. Going for that middle right goal. And that is the same 7 goals they made last time. Hoping to get these last 2 goals this time to increase their high score. And they just nudge that red ball out of the way. Hoping to get this middle goal though. And it just rolls out. And that is time.
3, 2, 1, go.
RipBotz working on their first driver's skills run now. Only 5 seconds in, and they claim the first 2 goals as there while also de-scoring one of the blues. Going in for that back right corner. Very quick cycle time, able to suck the blue straight out of the goals and then score with the reds. Scoring 2 reds in the back middle. 36 seconds left. They have 5 goals as theirs. Going for their 6th now, and they make it. Lining up for that middle goal, trying to nudge out some of the blue balls. And they take the middle goal as theirs. 13 seconds on the clock, going for that back right corner, and they make it. Only 1 goal is left, is not there. 7 seconds. 5 seconds, they've got time, and they claim that back middle, or that front middle goal is theirs.
3, 2, 1, go.
RipBotz working on their second driver's skills, immediately getting that first corner goal. 7 seconds in, they have 2 goals as theirs. Going straight for the middle goal this time and de-scoring all of the blue balls. And the red ball just spins right out. Oh, and they push it in through the bottom. Claim that middle goal is theirs. Going for that back corner goal while also de-scoring all of the blue. Accidentally push some of the balls with them, but they roll with it and go on for that middle right goal. That has 5 goals claimed as theirs. Hoping to make it 6 here, and they do. 20 seconds left on the clock. They have more than enough time. They score in that back middle. Going for that back right corner. And they make it theirs. Looking to get a ball. 1 second on the clock, and that's a close call. We'll have to go to John.
2, 1, go.
RipBotz working on their final driving skills. Sticking with the same strategy as last time, going for that middle goal as their 3rd goal. looking to score it, and they do. Lining up for that back left corner, and they make it. 30 seconds on the clock. Going for that back middle right. That's 5 goals in their favor. Scoring and de-scoring that back right corner goal. And then going for the center. 15 seconds and 2 goals left to claim as theirs. And they get them all while also de-scoring in that back middle. And that is time.
2, 1.
Team 9451A, my favorite team. I promise I'm not biased. It's the name of their team. Going for their first autonomous run. They're based out of James Rumsey Technical Institute in Martinsburg. They make their first goal. And looks like they might be lining up to get a ball for their second. And they grab it. 20 seconds on the clock. Looking to line up that back middle, and they do. The ball just pops right out. And that is time.
3, 1, go.
My favorite team going for their first driver skills, I believe. Yes. Sweeping up 2 red balls and going to score in that front corner goal, and they make it. Sweeping up a second red ball and popping straight into that middle left goal. Picking up another. As I've said before, these skills matches aren't only about how many points you can score, but also how you can overcome the Blue Alliance score deficit. So every single goal that you claim as yours is multiple points in your favor when you break up those tic-tac-toe lines for the Blue Alliance. That is 5 goals in their favor, and they have disrupted all of the Blue Alliance's lines. And that is time.
3, 2, 1.
My favorite team is starting their second driver score, hoping to beat that 73 from their first run. Making it into that first goal, picking up another ball to take with them, and popping into that middle one. I should add that the middle goal counted last time as well. Going for that back center goal, and they pop that one right in there. I enjoy how the robot kind of throws the ball into the air, so it pops it in. Making 2 lines theirs. Hoping to go for that middle line again. De-scoring. 2 seconds on the clock, and they just overshoot it, and that is time.
2, 1, go.
Playing a rematch of their third driver skills run. You may have noticed towards the end of the match, the middle goal wasn't completely reset. We failed to catch that, and so we're letting them replay that since they stayed honest, they didn't interact with it, and yeah, so we're doing a quick replay. They scored in that front corner goal. Looking to snag a ball to go to that middle goal on the left, and they make it. Looking to pick up another and making it into the back left corner. 12 seconds on the clock. Looking to de-score some blue balls in the last couple of seconds. Going for that middle goal, 1 second, and that is time. We have team 26164B, We Like Big Bots. And it looks like we are working on our first programming skills run.
Yes. Okay, stop.
We Like Big Bots working on their first driver skills run. They were doing a stop time for their programming skills, and so that helps to, if there's a tie or something, whoever has the shortest time scores higher. So working on de-scoring a lot of these blue balls, along with removing the points of removing a ball. It also de-scores the goal as the blue alliances, which, as we said earlier, de-scoring is also a way to gain points in these skills runs. 15 seconds on the clock, and they have almost de-scored all of the blue alliance. Only one goal left. And 2 seconds on the clock, and they de-score it. We Like Big Bots going for their second driving score. Looking to de-score all of the blue again, it looks like. And possibly push some red balls in through the bottom in the process. Wanting to de-score all of the blue, though, before scoring with the red. Looking to de-score that middle one. Getting a little caught up on that one ball, but they move it out of the way. De-scoring out of the corner. And de-scoring out of the back middle. 3 goals left as blue. They have 10 seconds on the clock. They get the middle done. Working on that front left corner now. And that is 1 second left, and that is time.
2, 1, go.
We Like Big Bots working on their third and final driver skills run. Looking to de-score all of the blue balls again. Succeeding with 2 goals and working on their third. Only 15 seconds in, and they have 3 fully de-scored. Looking to de-score that corner, and they succeed. Getting a little caught, but they managed to de-score 6 of the 9 Blue Alliance towers. Working on that back corner, but it looks like a red ball might be causing a bit of a jam. Moving on to the middle left corner. Trying to sweep out that blue ball, and they get it. 7 seconds on the clock, working on that back left. And they get that fully de-scored. And that is time.
3, 2, 1, go.
We are back with Team 68150M, Lincoln County Middle School from Hamlin, West Virginia. Sorry about that 20-minute wait time. We had some inspection woes. But we are back now with our first driver skills. Looks like we're loading up for the front right corner goal, and they make it. And loading up another. Looks like they have 2 balls loaded at a time, going for that middle right goal, and they take it. There's 20 seconds on the clock. Going for that back right corner. Looks like it's just spinning. Ball's up, but they've got time to readjust. Going for that back middle. 2 seconds on the clock, and that is time.
2, 1, go.
Back with our second driver skills match, hoping to best their score. Very quickly, they score in the front right corner goal, picking up another ball, and going for that right middle. Got a little bit of backspin and rolls out, but they've got a second ready to go. Looks like they might be hung up on the goal. And they get free. 26 seconds on the clock. Going for that back right corner. Looks like it might have spun out again. 14 seconds. Of course, they have another driver's attempt after this as well in time to practice if they need it. And that is time.
3, 2, 1.
Switching up tactics now, we're going for our first autonomous run. Quickly sucking up 2 red balls and looking to put them in the front middle goal, and they succeed with the second one.
Yeah. 2, 1, go.
Switching up gears again, we're going back to the driver's skills. Starting off with that front right corner goal. Looking to suck up a second ball and score again. And they make it. Looking to finish their first line. And looks like it may have had a little bit too much spin. They've got plenty of time though, 28 seconds on the clock. Moving on to the back middle. Looks like it may have rolled backwards out again. And moving back to that corner goal, and they score and they make a line for themselves. Looking to disrupt more lines by moving on to the back left corner. 5 seconds on the clock. See if they can make it, and that is time. Alrighty folks, we are back with team 12171B, GT30 Robotics. This is Herbert Hoover High School based out of Clendenin. We are working on our first driver skills run. I don't believe we're going to be doing any programming skills, so. Trying to move around and work on our first goal here. I believe we have an X drive. She gives a lot of maneuverability with their robots. Five seconds on the clock. I believe I heard somebody say this is not working out, so we may use some of this 20 minutes to work out a few kinks.
All right,
but that is
3, 2, 1, go.
a few technical issues, but we are back with our second driver skills run. Looks like some of the kinks may have been worked out. Working on our first goal. Looking to D-score, and they get their first blue ball out. It's not just about scoring in these skills matches. D-scoring is just as important. The point of these skills matches is to overcome the Blue Alliance deficit. So D-scoring also helps to score in your favor. We have 10 seconds on the clock and working to D-score another blue ball. 3 seconds, see if they can get it. And that is time.
2, 1, go.
Working on our last driver's skills. Looking to D-score. Since this game is similar to tic-tac-toe, it's not just about scoring balls, but also making 3 rows. So when D-scoring 1 ball, it also takes out multiple rows of 3 for the Blue Alliance, which puts more points in favor of our team. So, working to D-score 1 of the blue. Looks like we're lining up. They've got plenty of time, 20 seconds on the clock. Ten seconds left. Still working to D-score. And that is time.
3, 2, 1, go.
And our next team up is 988B, the Brooke Berserkers from Brooke High School in Wellsburg, West Virginia. This is our first of 3 consecutive Brooke High School teams. Starting off with a programming skills run here. It looked like they started or attempted to place that first red ball in the back left corner. That would have been 19 points, 1 point for the red ball and 6 each for disrupting 3 blue rows. It was just a little bit wide. However, they do still pick up the second ball and move over to that left center, claiming it for red. I think that is a 13-point score so far. The third ball just gets away from them. Looks like we've got about 15 seconds left in this attempt. And they're stopping that one early, it seems like. So we'll confirm the score and be back with their next run in just a moment.
3, 2, 1, go.
And programming skills attempt number 2 is on the way for 988B. This time the first ball goes in, already surpassing their previous score of 13. They're sitting at 19 right now. Again, teams earn points by scoring red balls, D-scoring blue balls, making connected rows of red balls, and disrupting rows of blue. So that 1 ball in the top left is 1 point, and then they disrupted 3 rows of blue for 6 points apiece, a total of 19. Unfortunately, the next 2 balls on their path were just a little bit outside of their intake's range, and based on the last run, I expect them to stop it here, or not score any more points in the next few seconds. So we'll confirm that score of a 19, and then we will be back with their next run in just a moment.
3, 2, 1, go.
And the third programming skills attempt is underway. Our referees confirmed a score of 19 for that last run. Ooh, things slide a little bit sideways on this one. Based on their previous path, they could score 19, 20, I believe 26 points if their next 2 goals turn red. The second one does, so they are at 13. And now we are just waiting for this last ball at the bottom. It looks to be pretty well lined up. They push it against the wall to get it into their intake. Plenty of time on the clock, so that's not a concern here. And they do pop it in. I think this is the end of that routine. John will confirm the score, and we'll be back with driver-controlled runs in just a few moments.
2, 1, go.
And driver skills run number 1 is underway so far. Following a similar path to their programming skills, they quickly place the first ball for 19. The second ball does bounce out, but they take a second attempt. That brings them up to 26. And at this point, I've lost my ability to do math, so if they score more, we'll just have to wait for the referees to confirm it. They do complete that row. Should add a nice bonus as they disrupt more blue. Now they're going to move across the front face of the field. Just about 25 seconds left. They've completed a second row of red, and all blue rows are disrupted. Just about 10 seconds left as they try to complete their ring around the outside of the field. Third red row, that last ball just rolls out. Just a couple of seconds left, and that's time. John will confirm the score, and we'll be back with their next.
In 3, 2, 1, go!
67 points in that first driver skills attempt for 988B. Now they are off on attempt number 2. Looks like that first ball may have gotten jammed up a little bit in their outtake wheel. We'll see if they can wiggle it free. They do. They use another ball to pop it out. And now they're just going to move on down to the next goal in line. Now they double back for that back left corner. Sitting at 26 for now. Looks like they've just inverted their path from the previous attempt to try and adapt to that first ball getting jammed. 20 points. So the 67 points they scored in driver skills combines with their 26 points from programming, giving them a total of 93 points so far on the day. Just a few seconds left in this run. They're going to try and complete one more row, I think, in the last couple of seconds. And that is time. We'll confirm that score and be back with their final run momentarily.
3, 2, 1, go!
A bit of a false start there, bit of a timer issue, but that's been resolved. And now the final run for 988B is underway, starting again in that back left corner with a quick 19 points off that first ball, looking to improve on a 63. Sorry, a 67. And they're off to a solid start in this one. Completing that first red row with about half of their time remaining.
Seconds.
20 seconds left as they start their work on this near row. They do complete that. And now moving into that back right corner, where there are a plethora of game pieces to choose from. Just a few seconds left, though. That is time. We'll confirm the score, and we'll be back momentarily with our next.
2, 1, go!
And our next team is underway. That's 988A, also from Brooke High School. This is Ursa Major, starting with a driver-controlled run. Trying to use the blue balls from the bottom of that goal to pop the red one up and over. Unfortunately, it rolls off the rim. They did de-score those 2 blue. I believe that's a 20-point play so far. It's 2 points for each of those blue balls de-scored, plus 6 for each of the 3 rows disrupted. 25 seconds or so left on the clock. Looks like they're going to continue with the de-scoring route. So now that they are at the center goal, they try and pop a red up and over. They do have to pull one of the blue out of the bottom to make space. Whew, words are hard today. They continue to de-score that center row. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and that's time. We'll confirm that score and be back with their next run in just a few moments.
3, 2, 1, go!
And we are back with 988A, Ursa Major's second driver-controlled run. Starting in that bottom right corner, again trying to use the blue balls they de-score to pop the red one up and out of that roller. This one unfortunately drops to the ground as well. They scored 42 points in their first attempt. That is the score they're trying to beat. Moving their way along, they do have a red in possession again. They're de-scoring blue as they go, though. De-scoring blue just as valuable as scoring red. So some teams have chosen to focus purely on the de-scoring strategy. Just about 15 seconds left in this one. They did get one red in that center goal, 10 seconds. They move to the very center to de-score the blue, 3 seconds. And that's time. We'll confirm that score and be back for their next run in just a moment.
3, 2, 1, go!
And we are back for Ursa Major's third and final driving skills run. Taking a different path to what we've seen before. Starting in the center this time instead of finishing there. 45 seconds left. They've descored all 3 red or blue balls. And now trying to squeeze a red one into their place. Yes, they do. Just over 30 seconds left. Now they're moving over to that right column that we've seen them work in before. 20 seconds left. Trying to get red over the rim. And this time it does drop in. Just about a dozen seconds on the clock. Moving down the right-hand side of the field. Trying to de-score one more blue. Just a second left, and that is time. We'll confirm the score and be back with our next run in just a few moments.
3, 2, 1, go.
And we're back for programming skills from Team Ursa Major. Looking to add to 43 driver skills points. Looks like things are just a little bit off so far, but there's still plenty of time left if this path can correct itself using either sensors or brute force against the field elements. Looks like they are going to choose to end that one early though. We'll be back with their next attempt in just a few moments.
2, 1, go.
And we are back for programming skills attempt number 2. Looks like they've changed their starting position for this one. But a similar result so far. Looks like they go through the middle of the field to try and pick up those red balls around the perimeter, or the perimeter of the center goal rather. Things still in motion now. Looks like they've reached the end of their sequence. We'll stop that one as well, and we'll be back with their final attempt momentarily, I believe.
3, 2, 1, go.
And we are back just in the nick of time for the final programming skills attempt from Team Ursa Major. Ooh, looks like that beam gets a little stuck on the field perimeter. Might throw them off the rest of their path for this one. And they're going to call that one as well. So we'll confirm that score, and we'll be
3, 2, 1, go.
And our next team up is 9888C. This is the Brooke High freshman team. I believe this is a programming skills run. Looks like they're going for the D-scoring route. They pull out the first blue ball from that corner goal. That's 1 point. And the second, that's 2 points plus 3 disrupted rows, brings them to a total of 20. Still more than half of their time left. And it looks like they're going to try and skewer that center goal to pop a few more free. But their first attempt is just a little bit wide. Just over 20 seconds left. It very persistently pokes. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. And that's time. We'll confirm the score and be back with their next run in just a few moments.
Go.
And 20 points in their first attempt. We're back after a quick reset for autonomous skills run number 2, trying to beat 20 points. They don't quite get that blue ball on the first attempt, but we saw earlier they actually go for this goal 3 times, that extra iteration, likely to help them out on this one. They get that second ball out, equaling their score from before of 20 points, and now they poke. I have to imagine that this little sequence is all in a loop that's just going to keep on running until the time runs out. Just over 10 seconds left, still working on that center goal. 3, 2, 1. And that's time. We'll confirm that score and be back with their next run.
3, 2, 1, go!
And we're back for autonomous skills run number 3. They posted 20 points again in their second attempt. Looking to improve on that here. Poking some of the blue balls out of the center goal. So far, ooh, that ball may have stayed in, but they go back for another bite. And this time they do get it. They take 3 attempts at that corner goal to pull out the 2 balls. On each of their 3 attempts, the balls have come out on a different combination of bites. Now we're back here with the infinite poke. They have detached from the center goal. If they can wiggle their way to an edge, they may be able to hook one of those out. Just 5 seconds left, though. And that looks to be another 20. We'll be back with driver skills in just a few minutes.
2, 1, go!
And we are back for 9 888C's driver skills run, starting off with a similar path to their programming skills, trying to de-score those blue balls. But the first one they pull rolls back into an unfortunate position, so they're going to move on around the outside. They place 1 red and maybe de-score a blue on the right-hand side. Then they de-score 2 blue in the center. I think they're going to go back with this red ball and try to force the last one out and replace it with one of their own. 25 seconds left. They do just that. Now they're going to move to the center left to try to do the same and claim a row for red. 12 seconds. Now trying to de-score another corner, disrupting as many blue rows as they can. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and that is time. We'll confirm the score and be back with their next run in just a few moments.
Start.
And we are back for 9 888C's final driver skills run, still trying to improve on a 64. Taking their time here on the near right corner, de-scoring blue and replacing with red. Now they're going to move their way up the right-hand side before trying to clear out that center goal. They have a beam wedged in there. And there the first ball comes free. The rustling makes the next one go out a little easier. And they're going to leave the third in there for now and try and replace it with a red, it looks like. Just about 15 seconds left, and they do successfully make that exchange. Now going for the center left with 10 seconds to try and complete that row. From a distance, it looks like they do, but our referees will confirm the score at the end. Just a few seconds left. They try and grab one last corner, but that is time. We'll confirm that score and be back with our next team momentarily. And our next team is 26164A, the crewmates from Ravenswood High School, starting with a programming skills run. Looks like they go to the near side left corner, D-score 2 blue. 20 points to start. Now moving along that left-hand side, looks like they are going the D-scoring route. Looks like they have pulled that one out as well. Just about 25 seconds left as they move to the far end. Looks like a red ball may have gotten a little bit in the way there, but it doesn't seem to have thrown them off too much. And all 3 goals on the left-hand side are cleared. Just about 10 seconds left.
It said stop, but you couldn't hear it because you were talking.
And we are back with the crewmates' first driver skills run. In their programming skills, they put up 41 points and a stop time of 11 seconds. They were happy with that result, so they're going to focus on driver skills for the remainder of their time. They are following a similar path so far, focusing on D-scoring the blue. One more goal to go in this back left corner. Just about 30 seconds left. Looks like they've lost a chain, but they have, I think, matched their score from Autonomous of 41 points. They leave that chain behind. 20 seconds to go. Now working their way around the back end of the field, trying to D-score more goals. 10 seconds. Still trying to get a hold of that last ball. 3 seconds. And that's the end of their first run. We'll confirm the score and be back in just a moment with their next one. And we are back for the crewmates' second driver skills run. They scored 41 points in the last one. That is their score to beat to try and improve their ranking. Moving very quickly this time around. Just about 20 seconds in as they go to clear out that back left corner. I think they're about 10 seconds ahead of where they were on the last one. They have fully half of their time to try and add on to their score. 20 seconds left. It looks like they have cleared out that back center goal. And now the right center disrupts an additional row. 10 seconds to go. They're chasing a few reds back to their starting corner. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and that's time. We'll confirm the score and be back with their final run in just a few moments. And we are back after a quick reset for the crewmates' final driver skills run. Scored 55 points in their last outing. Improvement of 14 moves them up to a total of 96. Another very quick start here, a similar pace to their last run, so they might be able to eke out a few more points. Maybe crack into triple digits. 30 seconds left. Already in that back right corner. Still 20 seconds. Seconds as they make it to the bottom right. They get one out. I think I saw a chain dangling. 3 seconds to go. That's time. We'll confirm the score. We'll be back momentarily.
3, 2, 1, go.
And our next team up is 6096B, the Robo Rays 2 from Stonehill Middle in Ashburn, Virginia. They're starting things off with a driver-controlled run in that far end of the field. 45 seconds left. Looks like they've completed a row for red, and now moving along that left-hand side. Popping the blue balls out the back of their robot as they drive away. 30 seconds left, and they are about halfway through the field. Third red row complete. Now with 20 seconds, they turn their attention to the center. They gain possession for red, and now they're going to come over and claim that final goal for red. Now it's just a matter of D-scoring blue with 5 seconds left. Just a couple of blue balls still in scored positions, but that is time. We'll confirm that score and be back with their next run in just a few moments.
2, 1, go!
And Robo Rays 2 kick off their second driver skills run, trying to improve on a 120-point run in their first attempt. They've already got the potential to improve their scores. They placed 2 red balls in that back right corner compared to the one they had in their first run. The back row, all red. Still over 30 seconds left as they move to the near left corner. "20 seconds now. In terms of goal ownership, I think they're a hair behind their previous pace, but they've scored more red balls as they've gone along. 10 seconds left as they try to grab this center goal. 5 seconds. They pop one red over the top. Just a couple of seconds left. That is time. We'll confirm this score and be back with their next run in just a few moments.
2, 1, go!
And we are off. Robo Rays 2 begin their final driver skills run, still trying to improve on 120 points. 105 in their last run. 45 seconds to go. And so far, things are looking solid. That back row, all red, now moving their way to the front left corner. Then we'll see them go around. 30 seconds to go. We'll see them go around this front face before going to the very center goal. And then if they have time at the end, completing goal ownership on that mid-right goal. 15 seconds left. Should be plenty of time. Looks like they've forced a red into the bottom there. And then, ooh, that's an interesting maneuver I've not seen yet. 3 seconds left. 2, 1. We'll confirm that score and be back with programming skills runs in just a few.
2, 1, go!
And the Robo Rays begin their autonomous skills, building off of that 120-point driver control skills. Looks like they're going to work around the field in an opposite direction to what their driver chose to do. 40 seconds left. They go to complete the row for red. They do. Still more than half of their time left. I expect they'll continue to process around the outside. Looks like they're mostly scoring for red, not de-scoring blue. A bit of another difference we've seen from their driver control run. That, of course, leaves less debris rolling around the field to interfere with their pre-programmed instructions. 10 seconds left. Looks like that one red ball just rolled away from them. Just a couple of seconds to go. And that's time. We'll confirm the score and be back with their next attempt momentarily.
2, 1, go!
And the Robo Rays 2's second programming skills run is underway. We have a combined score at the moment of 189, putting them 1 point out of our current first place position with 190. A very quick reset before this one to try and squeeze it into the end of their time block. So far, things are looking good. Similar pace to the last run, which is to be expected. It is autonomous. Just about 15 seconds left. Looks like those last couple of balls just rolled away from them. But as time expires, we'll confirm that score and be back with our next team in just a few moments.
1, go.
And we're back for the second driver skills run. This is Team 34107K, Team Qué from St. Joseph Catholic High School in Huntington, West Virginia. I'm getting a little bit of deja vu, but none of you are, because I was not unmuted during their first run. They scored 72 points, moving at a blistering pace there, and moving at a very similar clip so far in this one. That red ball, though, going to pop out. Still more than half of their time left. As they convert that goal to red. 22 seconds on the clock as they move to the back end of the field, trying to complete one more row around that back corner. Looks like they go for a blue D score there on the side goal. Now they're going to move on to the center. 5 seconds. Ooh, and that last red ball just rolls off the rim. We'll confirm that score and be back with their next run in just a second.
3, 2, 1, go.
And Team Qué's final driver skills run is underway. 71 in that last one. Still trying to improve on 72. 10 seconds in, and they've already claimed 3. Make it 4 goals for red. That red ball just rolls off the outside edge of their intake, so they have to chase it around and find a new one. Still 30 seconds left. The far left corner goal converted to red. 15 seconds to go. They pop in, or try to pop in, another red into the base. 10 seconds. This time they succeed, completing that row. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and as time expires, I think they've swapped another blue for red.
2, 1, go.
And we are back for programming skills runs. Team Qué trying to build off of that 72-point driver skills base.
Okay, it's not working, I guess.
And they're going to cut that one off early. They still have a few minutes left in the time block to troubleshoot.
2, 1, go.
And we're back for programming attempt number 1. This one off to a much better start with a quick 19 points in that right corner. Looks like the second red ball rolls a bit away from them, but they may still D-score blue here. Moving on to that back corner. If memory serves, they're going to attempt those 4 goals. 30 seconds. And they're just going to end that one there. We'll confirm that score and be back with their final run.
2, 1, go.
And we're back for Team Qué's final run. Another quick 19 points to get them started. Second ball gets away from them, but they do. Ooh, it just slides off the flaps there. 45 seconds. Looks to be a little bit wide as well.
Okay, that's it.
And they're going to end it there. We'll confirm their score and be back.
3, 2, 1, go.
Our next team up is 6096A, the Robo Rays 1 from Stonehill Middle in Ashburn, Virginia. They're starting with a programming skills run, and they have also elected to record a stop time. They score their first ball in the corner there for 19 points and then move on down the line. Second ball rolls off the rim. And now moving to the back center of the field. Looks like that one goes in, but they leave the blue ball there, and their ball sorting mechanism pulls the red out the back of the robot. 20 seconds. Over to the near corner, 10 seconds left. And they're going to stop it early with 8 seconds remaining.
2, 1, go.
And the Robo Rays start their second autonomous skills run, trying to improve on a 39. Already off to an improved start here as that second ball rolls into place. And they complete that first row. Now they'll move their way around that back corner, then down the right-hand side. Still more than half of their time left. Looks like that one did go in, but the next ball rolled out of their intake's grasp. 20 seconds left. Looks like they're going for one more here. 10 seconds. And they're going to stop it there with 8 seconds. We'll confirm their score and be back in just a moment with their next attempt.
2, 1, go.
And after a quick code update, the Robo Rays begin their third and final autonomous skills run. Ooh, that second ball just bounces out. It does stay in the path. They pick it back up. We'll see if that throws off the sequencing later, or if they might place it into a scored position. .30 seconds left as they move to the back right corner. They missed in taking a ball, but oh, they're going to stop it there. 24 seconds left.
2, 1, go.
And the Robo Rays begin their first driver skills run, building off a 59-point base from programming.
Slow down, slow down. Alright, slow down. You can get 2 balls. 2 balls. Okay, and then your ball is there.
Just 20 seconds into this one, they've already claimed 4 goals, make it 5 for red.
Your time, slow.
30 seconds left.
30
seconds.
30 seconds.
You have time, you have time.
Great time management here as they
20 seconds.
move to the bottom right corner to claim the 8th goal for red.
Your time.
10 seconds left. All goals are red. Now it's a matter of D-scoring and also adding additional red. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. That's time. We'll confirm the score and be back momentarily with their next attempt.
2, 1, go.
And the Robo Rays start their second driver skills run. Scored 109 points in the previous one. Total score of 168. Making the circuit around the outside of the field. Just I'm trying to add a couple extra red balls as they go. 30 seconds on the clock.
30 seconds.
On the center goal now. They D-score 2 and score 1 red. 15 seconds and 3 goals to go. 10 seconds. Cap off goal number 8.
4, 3,
3 seconds. That last red ball just rolls away from them. We'll confirm the score and be back with their next run.
2, 1, go.
And they are off. The Robo Rays begin their final skills run of the afternoon. Still trying to improve on a 109. They move up the left-hand side. Getting a little extra time there to add a second red ball to the center-left goal. Seconds left. Now trying to cap off that centered goal. They're going to move on though.
20
20
seconds.
seconds. And a 5th goal goes for red. Looks like they're going to complete the circuit around the outside, or at least the 3rd row. Now they're going to go back to the center.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And that's time. We'll confirm their score and be back with our next team in just
2, 1, go.
And we're back with our second team from St. Joseph Catholic High School in Huntington, West Virginia. This is 34107M JMAMAZ, starting with a driver skills attempt. Moving at a similar quick pace to their partner team. Maybe even a little bit faster. 5 goals here in 30 seconds. Things starting to get a little bit away from them, so they're being encouraged to slow down, take their time. 20 seconds left. Still plenty of time left on the clock, over 10 seconds.
8, 7, 3/4, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
And that's time. We'll confirm that score and be back with their next run.
3, 2, 1, go.
And JMAMAZ starts their second driver skills run, trying to improve on a 99-point run in the beginning.
45.
15 seconds in, and they have 4 goals in red's control. Completely red, one could say.
35.
6 goals totally red at the 30-second mark.
25.
Still making good pace as they approach the last 2 goals with 20 seconds to go.
Give it, Mark.
8 goals red, only the center goal remains. 10 seconds to deal with it. And that one goes red as well.
5, 4,
3 seconds.
2, 1.
And they de-score one last blue ball as time expires.
2, 1, go.
And we're back with JMAMAZ's third and final driver skills run. They scored 121 points in their last one. That's the highest driver skills of any West Virginia team this season.
45.
35 seconds left on the clock as they continue their run around the field. There's an overcorrection there, but they go back and fix it. 20 seconds.
15. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And that is time. We'll confirm their score and be back for programming skills.
2, 1, go.
And JMAMAZ begins their programming skills run. Trying to build off of that 121-point base they built in driver skills. Things go a little bit awry here at the end of the first row. Gonna let this one run. Check that the sequence is correct, even if the positioning isn't. Just about 30 seconds left. And motion has stopped. Can't quite hear them, but I think they're going to stop early. We'll confirm that score and be back with their feedback.
2, 1, go.
JMAMAZ begins their second programming skills run. 26 points in the first, trying to improve on that. This time things move forward as planned in that left corner, completing a row. Things a little bit out of the intake there, but still possible to score and de-score.
That's it.
And they're going to stop that one early as well. We'll confirm the score and be back momentarily.
2, 1, go.
And one final run for JMAMAZ, trying to improve on a 45 for programming skills. They made it through the patch that gave them trouble in the first run. They've made it through the patch that gave them trouble in the second. One more scoring attempt here. Looks like it might be hung up in their robot.
That's it.
And they're going to call that one early. We'll confirm the score. Back with our next team.
2, 1.
Our next team from Lewis County High School in Weston, West Virginia. It's the Minutemen 551-51E, starting with a driver skills run. Focusing on the back corners first, now going for a middle goal on the right side. Completing that row on the right-hand side to add to their score. Now moving along the front. I think they're using, it's a Mechanism drivetrain, might be Omni wheels. They had a bit of a sideways slide there on the near corner. 20 seconds left. And 8 of the 9 goals are red. 10 seconds left to get the last one. They went past it early on. 5 seconds. That ball rolls in. 3 seconds left. 2, 1. They de-score 1. 2 blue balls as time expires. We'll confirm the score and be back.
2, 1, go.
And the Minutemen pivot to an autonomous skills run. 111 points in driver skills that they're trying to build on. Drops them into 6th place just off the first run alone, and their programming skills seems to be off to a... The first ball went in, and so did the third. They skipped over that middle goal. We saw them do this in driver skills. 30 seconds left. They may come back for it. So they go down that right-hand side, de-scoring blue balls as they go. 20 seconds left. Still de-scoring in that corner. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. And that is the match. We'll confirm the score and be back with their next. And the Minutemen start their second programming skills run, trying to improve on a 42. Looks like that second ball gets away from them once again. Probably not what they're hoping for on this one, but they do de-score a lot of blue balls as they process around. That may recover from those early misses. Ten seconds left as they work on de-scoring the center goal. They add a red on top for good measure. 3 seconds, 2, 1. We'll confirm the score and be back with their next run in just a moment.
2, 1.
And we're back for the Minutemen's final autonomous run. 50 points in that last one, putting them just in striking distance of some of our top spots. A few minutes to tweak the code, it seemed. .35 seconds left as they de-score a ball in that back right corner. Keep chasing that red ball around the field. 30 seconds. Still de-scoring a substantial amount here. 15 seconds. Now they go to that center goal to try and pop those balls free. 5 seconds. It looks like they're at the end of their motion, though. We'll confirm their score. We'll be back with our final team momentarily.
3, 2, 1, go.
And our next team is Warriors of Steel from J. Michael Lunsford Middle in Dulles, Virginia. That's team number 80208A, starting with a programming skills run in the back right corner there. Looks like things might be a little bit misaligned, but that's why you get 3 of each type of run. 40 seconds to go. Looks like that ball just bounces out. 30 seconds. They pick up another on the far wall. Oh, it may have rolled away before they got there, though. 20 seconds left in this one.
Yeah, that was it.
And they're going to stop that one early. We'll take the score and be back in a few moments.
1, go.
And Warriors of Steel start their second programming skills attempt. Pick up that second red ball, move to the center goal on the far end. This one rolls in. 35 seconds left on the clock. Looks like things go just a little bit wide there. But they're still going to move down the left side of the field. They do get that red ball in. They picked that up earlier. 20 seconds. And they're going to end it there. We'll confirm the score and be back with their next run in just a moment.
3, 2, 1.
And we are off for 80208A's third and final programming skills run. The first ball goes in the back right corner. They pick up the second one successfully. And it goes in on the center goal.
Oh no. What happened?
30 seconds left here. I hear motors running still.
Okay, yeah, that was it.
And they're going to stop that one early. We'll confirm the score and be back momentarily with driver-controlled run.
2, 1, go.
And the Warriors of Steel begin their driver-controlled runs, trying to build off the base of 26 points they scored with programming. Starting in the front right corner and moving across the front edge of the field. 45 seconds left. They've got 2 goals in Red's possession. Working on the third, trying to complete that row. Can't quite see the goals. There we go. Looks like they capped it off. 30 seconds left, and they've got 1 row down. Now moving up the left-hand side of the field.
Roll out.
Looks like they're going to take a second swipe at that one. Pick up a new ball. 15 seconds to go. This one goes in. 10 seconds left to try and complete this second row for Red. Ball pops up and in. 2 seconds. 1. And that's time. We'll confirm the score and be back momentarily with their next.
2, 1, go.
And we're back for driver skills attempt number 2, trying to improve on a 65. Again, moving along the near side of the field. First goal claimed for Red. 15 seconds down, and so is the second.
What happened?
30 seconds left. I think they're trying to fix a jam somewhere in their ball movement system. Looks like they've got it free with 20 seconds left.
Back out. Back up into it. Back up into that red ball. Back up into the red ball.
10 seconds left. They back up into the red ball, trying to jam it into the side goal. 5 seconds. Maybe a D score here in the center. It's gone a little bit weird with the video, but I think we are out of
2, 1.
And Warriors of Steel kick off their final skills run of the afternoon. They're also our last team of the afternoon, so after this run, we'll confirm the score, then we'll take a few moments to confer with our judges and have a brief awards recognition ceremony. 15 seconds in, they've got 2 goals on the near side in control of red. Working on picking up a ball in the near left corner to place in the goal and complete the row. 30 seconds. It just pops out, but still plenty of time left. I think they're also trying to de-score a blue there. 25 seconds to go. This time they get the red in 20 seconds. They have 1 completed row. Now they're going to move up the left-hand side. That ball rolls out 10 seconds. Looks like they're going to shift their strategy, try and de-score some in that center goal. 5 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1, and that's time. We'll confirm the score, and again, we'll be back in just a few moments. All right, everybody, congratulations on another great event. This is our 7th VRC qualifying event of the season. It is also the final qualifying event in West Virginia for VRC. So we'll talk about that a little bit more at the end. But for now, I want to recognize a number of teams for their outstanding efforts. In addition to the skills runs that you've all been watching live on stream all day, our teams also met with a panel of judges to be evaluated on their design process, their presentation skills, and their technical know-how. So in addition to the skills run scores that we'll be recognizing, we also have a number of awards. The first of which, the Judges Award, is presented to a team that is most deserving of special recognition. Judges consider several criteria for this award, including exemplary effort and perseverance at the event, team accomplishments throughout the season, or other factors that may not fall under existing award categories. Today's Judges Award winner is Team 55151E, the Minutemen from Lewis County High School in Weston, West Virginia. The Design Award is presented to the team that demonstrates the most organized and professional approach to the design process, project and time management, and team organization. This team's engineering notebook provides a clear and complete documentation of the team's robot design process and the development of their game strategy. The winning team also demonstrates effective communication skills and teamwork. Today's Design Award winner is Team 34107K, Team Qué from St. Joseph Catholic High School in Huntington, West Virginia. The Robot Skills Champion Awards are presented to the teams that have earned the highest combined driving skills challenge score and programming skills challenge score. Today's Robot Skills Third Place Award with 173 points is Team 34107M, Team JMAMAZ from St. Joseph Catholic High School in Huntington, West Virginia. Robot Skills Second Place with 189 points is Team 6096B, Robo Rays 2 from Stonehill Middle in Ashburn, Virginia. And our Robot Skills Champion barely squeezing through with 190 points, a 1-point difference from the second place team. It's the RipBotz, Team 27183R from Ripley High School in Ripley, West Virginia. The Excellence Award is the highest award presented in the VEX Robotics program. The recipient of this award is a team that exemplifies overall excellence in creating a high-quality, competitive robotics program. This team is a strong contender in numerous award categories and exemplifies dedication, devotion, hard work, and teamwork. This team is committed to quality in everything they do. Today's Excellence Award goes to Team 6096A, Robo Rays 1 from Stonehill Middle in Ashburn, Virginia. Congratulations again to our awards winners and all of our teams for making it through a crazy, crazy season of robotics competitions. We'll be back next week with our final VEX IQ qualifier for the state of West Virginia. And then we'll take a weekend off. So in 3 weekends from now, we'll have the West Virginia VRC State Championships. We'll see you then. Until then, stay safe. We'll see you around.